Talking Trees with Lily and Jad. Welcome to Talking Trees, your window into the living history of our natural world. In today's episode, we explore a remarkable story from ARB magazine about a historically significant maple-leaved plane tree in Ely, the largest of its kind in the United Kingdom. Allegedly a gift from King Charles II in the 17th century, this majestic tree stands as a living testament to our shared heritage. We'll delve into the detailed morphological and physiological studies that have revealed the tree's secrets, the innovative monitoring methods being used, and the collaborative efforts with leading arboricultural experts. Join us as we uncover the rich tapestry of science, history, and community dedication that surrounds this natural monument. Welcome to today's journey on Talking Trees.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about something pretty massive.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, really big. We're talking about the biggest London plane in the UK.
That's right, biggest London plane, and we're going to be looking at an article in ARB magazine.
From the Arboricultural Association.
Yes, from the Arboricultural Association.
It's a really good, in-depth article. And this isn't just history.
No.
This is like cutting-edge stuff that they're doing with this tree to conserve it.
Absolutely. It's a great case study showing how all the latest techniques are being applied to keep this amazing tree going.
Awesome. Well, let's dive in. So first off, where can we find this London plane?
Well, it's located in Ely in the UK, in the gardens of the old Bishop's Palace, which dates back to the 1600s.
Wow. So this tree has been around for over 350 years.
That's right. Potentially one of the very first London planes ever planted in the UK.
And it's in the old Bishop's Palace, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that the place where they kept some of the relatives of those involved in the gunpowder plot?
You're absolutely right. And the palace is now part of King's Ely School.
Oh, wow. So it's still a place of learning. That's incredible. I mean, imagine all the history this tree has witnessed.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it? And get this, in 2013, cuttings were taken from the tree.
Really?
And now you can find its offspring growing in places like Kew Gardens, the Sandringham estate.
Wait, they have a descendant of this tree at Sandringham?
They do pretty amazing, huh?
That's really cool. I have no idea they were propagating it.
Yeah, and it really highlights how important it is to preserve the genetics of these remarkable trees, especially ones with such historical and biological significance.
Definitely ensuring its legacy lives on. Speaking of history, I read that back in 1937, there was a pretty dramatic incident with this tree.
Oh, yes. A huge limb fell from the tree. A newspaper article at the time described the sound as being like a cannon shot.
Wow, that must have been terrifying.
Luckily, no one was injured, but the incident did lead to the installation of cable bracing, which is still in place today, helping to support the tree.
Yeah, I can imagine with a tree that size, cable bracing would be essential. So despite that major limb loss, the article says that the tree is actually in pretty good health.
It is showing strong signs of vigor, which is great news, but given its age and size and the fact that the bracing system is getting old, a more thorough assessment was needed.
Okay, so they decided to take a closer look. Did they just do a visual inspection or did they go beyond that?
They went way beyond a simple visual check. They used a really innovative approach called morphophysiology.
Morphophysiology, I'm not familiar with that term.
It's a really fascinating approach. Instead of just looking at the external symptoms, morphophysiology helps us understand the internal processes of the tree.
So it's like looking under the hood, getting a glimpse into the tree's overall vitality and how it's coping with stress.
Exactly. It's about understanding the why behind the what.
That's really interesting. So how did they apply this to our giant London plane?
They brought in a specialist team from Italy.
From Italy?
Yeah, they're called ARESSAS, di Gasparini, Stefania, and C. And they conducted a whole tree survey, analyzing everything from the leaves and branches to the trunk and root system.
And what did they find? Any surprises?
Well, the survey confirmed that the tree is in remarkably good health for its age, but they did discover some internal decay near the base, likely related to that limb failure back in 37.
That makes sense. So they had both visible and hidden issues to address. What did they decide to do?
Well, that's where the conservation plan comes in.
All right, let's hear about it. What are they doing to ensure this incredible tree continues to thrive for years to come?
So the conservation plan, it really is a fascinating blend of traditional techniques and cutting-edge technology.
Okay, I'm all ears. What exactly are they doing?
Well, one of the key aspects is replacing the old cable bracing system with a dynamic cabling system. Dynamic cabling, it allows for controlled movement. The tree still gets support, but it can also move and flex in response to external forces.
So it's kind of like giving the tree a workout, helping it build strength and flexibility.
That's a great way to put it. And this is crucial for a tree like this, especially with its age and size.
So what specific type of dynamic cabling system are they using?
They've opted for the Cobra system.
Cobra system.
Yeah. It's known for it's very adaptable. You can adjust the tension very precisely, and it can be easily modified as the tree grows and changes. And in addition to the dynamic cabling, they're also implementing a multi-year pruning strategy.
I bet pruning a tree that size is quite the undertaking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to be so careful, consider the tree's overall form, the growth patterns, any potential weaknesses, and of course you don't want to mess with its natural beauty.
It's almost like sculpting a living masterpiece. Speaking of art, I read that they held an art weekend at the Old Bishop's Palace with artists drawing inspiration from the tree.
Yes, they had over 75 artists participating, creating all sorts of artwork.
That's amazing. What a great way to connect people with this incredible tree.
Absolutely. They've also had events like Heritage Open Day, where people could come and learn about the tree and the conservation efforts.
So they're making it accessible to the public while still protecting it.
Exactly. It's a delicate balance.
This whole project really shows how tree conservation can be about so much more than just the technical stuff.
Couldn't agree more. It's about community education and celebrating these amazing trees.
It's been so insightful learning about all this, but I'm curious, were there any challenges they faced along the way? So were there any challenges, any roadblocks they had to overcome during this project?
Oh, there are always challenges with something this big. I think funding is probably the biggest one.
Yeah. All this cutting edge tech,
Yeah.
the experts, the ongoing maintenance, it must get expensive.
It does, but they've managed to get support from various sources. The Woodland Trust helped fund the initial morphophysiological survey, and King's Ely is covering the ongoing maintenance costs. It's great to see everyone coming together to support this magnificent tree.
It really is. What about the coordination aspect? It sounds like a lot of different groups were involved.
Absolutely. You've got the arboricultural consultants, scientists from the University of Cambridge, the Tree Council, the Woodland Trust, the school itself.
Wow, that's a lot of people to get on the same page.
It was definitely a challenge keeping everyone informed, making sure everyone's voice was heard, but they managed to do it. They had a shared vision and a commitment to preserving this tree for future generations, and that really made a difference.
That's inspiring. It sounds like the team in Ely has set a great example for how to approach these kind of large-scale conservation projects.
They really have. It shows what's possible when we work together and combine our knowledge and resources.
So for our listeners out there, a lot of whom are arborists themselves, what are the key takeaways from this Ely case study? What can they learn from it?
Well, I think one of the biggest lessons is the importance of looking beyond the surface.
Not just treating the symptoms, but really understanding what's going on inside the tree.
Exactly. Just like they used morphophysiology to get a complete picture of the tree's health, we should all strive to take a more holistic approach in our work.
Considering the whole tree, its environment, its long-term needs.
Exactly. And the other big takeaway is the power of collaboration. Don't be afraid to reach out to colleagues, researchers, organizations like the Tree Council or the Arboricultural Association. We can achieve so much more when we work together.
Sharing knowledge, learning from each other.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's all about passion, a love for these incredible trees, the dedication and care that they showed in Ely. It's truly inspiring. It reminds us of the impact we can have when we combine our expertise with genuine love for what we do.
The story of Ely's London Plane is a testament to human ingenuity and dedication to preserving our natural heritage. It's given me a lot to think about.
Me too. And as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with this grip. Take a look at the trees in your own community. What stories do they tell? What can you do to ensure they continue to thrive for years to come?
Every tree has the potential to become a symbol of resilience and the interconnectedness of life. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep branching out your knowledge and reaching for the canopy.
Thank you for joining us on today's journey through the rich legacy of Ely's historic maple-leaved plane tree. We've explored the innovative research and community efforts that are breathing new life into centuries-old heritage. May this story remind us of the enduring bond between nature, history, and our collective care. Until next time, keep cherishing the living monuments around you.